Baby, you're my ride or die. My bonnet through the night, through the muddy southern.
Hello.
Hey,
I guess it's recording then, huh?
Scott.
Tiffany. We're back. We're back with Gettin'Goff. Yeah. Anyway, so today is just, I guess it's Memorial Day.
Yeah, I'm going to take the kids here to go to the water park here in a second.
I'm gonna go spend some time with my brother-in-law. So, Tiff,
Question.
why the fuck do you do that?
To be dramatic.
You're a woman. You're dramatic enough. I'm just kidding. What have you ever been in a scary situation? Like, have you ever been in a fight, like an actual fight, or just something happened, say downtown, back in your party days or something, when you'd go to the bars and stuff? Like, did anything ever happen that was scary?
No, no one I ever hung out with ever got in fights or anything.
Really?
Yeah. I
Vanilla?
mean, we did like out in Cuna, we would, when I lived with two of my friends, we would walk home from being out.
Huh.
And it was quite a ways, but
Oh, never had to worry about fighting or anything like that?
no one. I mean, I was with someone one time, we were walking and he was like breaking cars, like side mirrors and stuff. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just being destructive?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Real keeper there.
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't. Obviously.
I'm like, don't do that shit.
I'm meaning as in not a keeper.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
okay.
nothing. I mean, I was never really hung out with anyone like that, or yeah.
Well, I guess you were a good little Momo, but later on when you
Even then, no
stepped
one.
away from the church, you didn't.
Yeah. I was never with anyone or friends with anyone, or I never caused drama.
Even though you're downtown, nothing ever happened? Like, really?
Not when I was there.
Shit. Oh, okay.
I mean, not that I can remember.
No, okay. Yeah, I just, downtown, a lot of weird shit always happened, so I was just wondering.
Oh, I think it's the crowd you were around. You hung out with a lot of people that it's a stereotype, but looking at the people, how they dressed, where they would go, you would think that they would be more prone to getting into fights and stuff.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong.
I'm trying to think who you're talking about in particular. But I mean, I bounced downtown for 15 years. So I was involved in a lot of situations, but I've only had maybe 3 that were sketchy ever.
Is that when you were working though?
Yeah, because
I think you should tell them about the one with the Aryan Nation people.
Oh.
I mean, that freaked me out because we were married, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
When that happened.
Oh, yeah.
So
that actually scared me. That potentially, I could have potentially been sent to the hospital for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's honestly the 3 sketchy fights I ever had. That was, well, I can't even consider the Aryan race one a fight. but there's two others when it was Bob and I versus, there wasn't like an exact number, but there was more than 12. Bob and I took on 12 guys, and we just stood back to back and took care of each other. Plus, they were inner fighting amongst themselves. So that was a weird. They're fighting. They're coming after us. We're dropping them, and then cops show up. That was one time, and then another time, it was me versus 5 guys, but I handled that no problem. And then again, the cops showed up for that. But the Aryan race one, okay, that was, I don't even remember the year, but we used to have a day shift and night shift at the strip club. And apparently they were doing some, I don't know, neo-Nazi festival or some white supremacy bullshit. And they were doing it in Boise. In hindsight, the gang unit knew all about it, which was kind of shitty that they didn't have people already kind of following them or kind of knowing what was, their location was at. Because I didn't have to be to work till 8. And I remember getting called like at 6 from the day DJ because he's freaking out. He's like, Scott, I need you to come in. There's like 30 plus white supremacists. And I was like, are they causing trouble? And he's like, no, but they're getting drunk. But it's just me and the girls. I'm like, okay. So I don't remember what we were doing, but I had to leave. So I got ready for work and then went into the club. And it was packed with this white supremacists like everywhere. And they weren't really like, there was like one guy in particular that was being belligerent, but he had a bunch of handlers with him. And then I did go in and right away find out who the leader was and had a conversation with him, was trying to tell him, hey, you guys have fun, just abide by the rules. Here's the drink special. Can I hook you up with a drink? I was trying to make good with the leader so that if stuff went down, then he'd hopefully be cool with me to be able to handle, do what I had to do. And they were there for a couple hours. And then I remember, and I know Jeffro will remember because I know it kind of creeped him out also, but Jeffro was the evening DJ. And this is like this was the middle of the week. Wasn't it like a Tuesday or Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that? So
yeah, it wasn't the weekend.
Yeah, so it was only myself watching the door and the floor. And then the DJ, Frodo, he was in the booth. And he had come in and he did the shift switch with Brandon. Brandon left. And then I was on the floor trying to keep, the peace. This one guy, and I'd have to walk up to him and be like, dude, you got to calm down a little bit. Like, chill. Then I went to the leader and I was like, hey, man, your guy is getting kind of out of control. You guys are going to probably have to get him out of here soon because, we can't have this in here, especially with the girls. And at the time we had because it was so full, we had more than one girl up on the stage at a time. Usually it was just single girls on the stage, but they had people all around the rails. So it was busy. And so I had 2 girls on the rail. And then at one point, the leader's like, yeah, we'll get them out of here. And I'm kind of positioned by the door, just the way that this place was set up at the time. I was kind of by the door, but by the stage close enough because I'd always go and help collect the money, help the girls off the stage, so they didn't slip and fall, things like that. And then I would wipe down the pole or whatever I had to do as necessary. And then, so I was kind of like in between so I could move between the door and the stage. Anyways, suddenly, like one by one, I don't want to say suddenly, but one by one, I was getting surrounded. And I was like, okay, this is not cool. Like, what's going on? And then next thing you know, I know that I had at least 6 guys. They just grabbed my arms, and then I was surrounded by like 12 guys. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then the one guy kind of just says to me, he goes, whatever happens, just let it happen. And then I was like, all right, like, what the fuck? Because I'm outnumbered, 30 plus to 1. And I look over and I see Jeffro. I don't remember if he was getting kind of surrounded, because Jeffro's a good sized guy too. But there was easily 12 to 15 guys between him and I. So I couldn't even, like, he couldn't get to me if they started beating on me. Even if he tried, there's just no way. He'd been outnumbered as well. And then the leader guy, he gets up, he walks up to me and goes, hey, you've been cool. Basically tells me I've been cool with them the whole night, and that whatever is about to happen, just let it happen, and don't follow us outside or I won't be going home tonight. And I was like, cool, okay. And then he walked out the door, and as soon as he walked out the door, the dude who was being a douche grabs a chair and hurls it across the stage. Thankfully, misses both the girls. And then I'm like, what the fuck? That's kind of, it's fucked up. I mean, it just hits the wall. I don't think he broke any glass or anything. Maybe hit some, maybe a couple glasses on the bar, but doesn't really do any damage. Just makes a big disruption. And then he like rushes out, and then slowly, one by one, I mean, they don't even take their arms off me for the whole time. Like, I'm physically restrained. And then one by one, they all leave. And then finally they just let go, and they said, just stay here. Don't come out. I'm like, okay. And then they all left. And then I was, out of curiosity, I stepped out just to look, but there was no one there. They had left. And then I called the police department, just let them know what happened. And they're like, yeah, the gang unit is aware of them. They came down, and then they all like,
Didn't they say they were watching them or something?
Oh, they said they knew they were there. They were aware they were there, but they didn't know they were there. Like, they knew they were in town.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they took my report just of the incident that happened. I don't think there was really any damage. I don't remember. I don't think I was a general manager at the time either. I think this is before I was general manager. But because I was you got sick while I was the general manager. And that's why I quit, because I wanted to take care of you.
It was after. It was at the end of it.
No, because
it was at the end of it.
What do you mean? The end of what?
I didn't get sick till Grayson was born.
No, I know.
You weren't there.
Yes, I was.
You were like ending.
Well, anyway, I hadn't left. Well, I hadn't left yet.
Go into it
because I got into it with Mans. Because remember the guy that he tripped and fell on the block and knocked himself out, and he blamed me for beating the guy up, and I never even touched the guy.
Well,
anyways,
I mean, it wasn't a place you wanted to be at anymore.
No,
anyway,
I was already on the way out, and Tiff was more important and dealing with, her health issues and stuff like that, and wanted to make sure she was okay. I didn't want to be there. So, but anyways, ultimately, I mean, the gang unit was like, okay, do you know what direction they went? I'm like, no, they told me not to, follow them out or I wouldn't go home. And by the time I went outside, they were gone. So don't know which direction they went, but they were aware they were there. They were aware that they were there in town. Yeah, that's probably the one time I've ever had a situation where I felt like I didn't have control, but it was a pure sheer number situation. Like I said, with Bob and I, we took on 12 plus people, no problem. And then I've, fought those 5 guys by myself, and that wasn't an issue. But when that happened, that took all my ability to I physically had at least 6 guys grabbing me, like restraining me. I'm like, what the fuck? And I just remember looking over trying to find Jeffro, and I could see Jeffro, but there was so many people between us, and they were all Aryan.
Didn't they move to like Texas or something?
I don't know. I have no
Like
idea.
I don't think their like headquarters or anything is in Idaho anymore.
Well, because wasn't it like Northern Idaho or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they just happened to be here for in town for some fest or something, some white fest, whatever that is. Probably a lot of bubbles.
We do have a lot of festivals. We have like Tree Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to have a lot.
But other than that, you've never had anything like scary or anything to get your adrenaline going?
Being out, like
Surfing with sharks? That had my adrenaline. My brother and I were like, yeah, we're gonna catch the next wave in. You just see a giant shadow underneath you.
no.
No?
Mm-mm.
Huh. Yeah. I don't know. I fought when I was a bouncer. I fought a lot. I didn't want to. I tried talking people out of it. You know, the concert house was horrible. I swear, every night I worked, I had to get in a fight. Every time. They always wanted to, every fucking person was dumbass and wanted to fight, but they were always drunk.
I think that's why you also stopped drinking for a while.
Oh,
Actually, for a long time because you hated dealing with all the drunks.
oh, it's like 8 years.
Yeah.
I hated seeing it. But yeah, I didn't even want to touch alcohol because I was like, you guys are just a bunch of freaking idiots. But I don't know. I've been in hundreds of fights. I don't even know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember going when I was temporarily
Wrong place, wrong time.
wrong place, wrong time. I was working.
I know.
It was rare that I got in a fight.
Code, you need to get out of there.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I know. It's 15 years though. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, people rarely wanted to actually physically fight me when I was on my off time. You know, I remember the one particular time that got into an incident. I was actually on my off time and nobody was backing up. I was at the concert house watching, I don't know, some concert. And my buddy was trying to kick out some woman because she was being belligerent and she was a hefty chick. And no other bouncer was helping her, like, or helping him get her out. And I was on my free time and it sucked. So I just went ahead and tried to help out Shannon. It's his favorite story. He loves it because he thinks it's fucking hilarious. But like, we couldn't get a hold of this lady, and the only thing I could grab on is I literally headlocked her boob because her boob is so big. I swear,
What?
I swear to God.
How do you headlock? Wouldn't they like be? Yeah, but if they're that big, they're like together.
Dude,
Not one's going that way and one's going that way.
I just remember I didn't have a whole lot to grab, and a boob was one of the main things. And we started dragging this freaking woman out, and she was chaotic. Like, I mean, we couldn't. That was the thing, is we couldn't hold on to her because she's just, just freaking flailing.
Grab her legs and drag her out.
This is where Shannon got the humor, because we ended up getting her, because so the concert house has multiple levels, and then to get to the main floor you had to go downstairs. So to kick her out, we had to get her up the stairs, and everybody always grabbed the fucking rails and tried to brace themselves on the rails, like we're not going to drag them off the damn rails, but we would have to peel them off the rail, get them up the stairs, and then get her outside. But we finally get her out through the back door of the smoking area, and she freaking like flops on the ground, and I don't know what I was doing, because I was kind of over the top of her trying to help keep her out, but back up Shannon to make sure he was okay. And she had these, like, you know how women used to wear these really thick shoes that were like, they had like a giant sole on them, like a giant cow's foot?
Yeah.
And she just up kicks me right in the nuts and dropped me. And Shannon he didn't even.
Hopefully you dropped on her.
No, I think I dropped to my knees and just fell to the side. And Shannon died laughing. He thought it was the fucking funniest thing he's ever seen in his life. And I'm like, dude, I wasn't even working, man. I'm trying to help you because nobody else fucking would back you up.
Yeah.
You know? God. Yeah, I've been in a lot of situations where I was getting surrounded and oh man, I remember one time they had a couple of games that had showed up to the concert house because they're from rival schools and they were trying to fight. It was like Caldwell versus fucking Nampa or some bullshit. And we literally, I remember they all started a fight downstairs and we had to shut down the club, turn all the lights on, kick out all these people and kick them out into the middle of the alleyway. And I was the only one, be it dumb or brave, I don't fucking know, probably a combination of both, that went out in the middle of the crowd, was trying to separate and keep them all away from each other. And then I'm like thinking to myself, what the fuck? Like there's 15 to 20 other bouncers in this damn club and not one would come out and bounce or come out and back me up, but Brady Christensen, I will always forever love you for that, was the only person who came out in the middle of all these fucking punks with me. They were all afraid of us, so they kind of stayed away from us because they want to fight each other. But nobody would back up. Nobody. They wouldn't come out and I'm out there by myself thinking, okay, this is not going to go great. And then Brady backed me up, and then the cops came, and then they scattered like cockroaches. So I don't know. I've been in a lot of weird situations.
Well, actually, I guess I was with someone who got in a fight downtown, and then like the cops were called or something. So before they got there, he like took off, and then another guy took off, and all different directions.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Yeah.
You probably worked there when I went to a rave with my one sister down there, you know, the alley in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they blocked.
Yeah,
oh.
I know they did stuff like that, but I didn't work that. I know that.
Oh yeah, they blocked it off, and
I avoided gay shit, so
we like danced all night.
Yeah, raves.
And then she had an apartment downtown, and then I went and stayed the night with her.
Yeah, no, I liked well, they were predominantly a lot of metal concerts, so I basically worked all the metal concerts because I was, you know, I'm big in metal. I mean, I got to know like I was always there for the ICP, Insane Clown Posses, because I actually got to know them and their wives. In fact, at one point they wanted me to tour with them for security, but I got to know them without their makeup. They're actually really, really nice guys. And then, in fact, their wives were pregnant at the same time. I remember that. Black Lotus.
They must have celebrated something important.
Oh yeah. So back then I was doing the concert house and I was doing the strip club. So I met them at the concert house, and then they came and partied at the strip club. So I literally would hang out there with them all night long. And then Tech Nine, God, he was super nice though at the club, but he always came in, always hung out.
We went to dinner with someone.
Oh yeah, Jim from Authority Zero. Yeah, because we knew the band, and Jim, that was cool because
he was very nice.
One More Minute is like one of my all-time favorite songs by Authority Zero, and we were having dinner with them, and I was telling Jim how much I love the song, and he said, "God, dude, that song man is popular, but we took out of our play set. So
tired of it.
Yeah, because they took out their play set because they didn't want to play the song anymore." I'm like, okay, that's cool, dude. I mean, I like your other stuff too, but that's definitely by far my favorite song. So we went in with them, we didn't go through the front door at all, did we? We went in through the back with the band, I think. No, he had
to go earlier.
Oh, so he swapped in, and we went into the front. But we had like guest passes or something. Anyway, so we go in, and we're getting to watch the concert, and then it was cool because they dedicated the song to me, because then they put it back in the playset, and they said they didn't say Scott. They just said for our buddy,
for
yeah, for our friend. This is for you, whatever. And then they start playing one more minute, and I was like, oh, that was hella badass.
Yeah.
That was cool. We actually ran into at the time I didn't know. So it was Maya. Remember, she was with us.
She was down there, yeah.
Because she was right next to us. My buddy John, and then at the time I didn't know Camber, but she ended up marrying our other friend Jeremy Johnson, and she was with Maya, and I think she went with Maya, but John happened to go, and he knew Maya, and then we all knew each other. But that was the first time I think I ever met Camber. But yeah, that was cool. That was actually really cool to actually have that song dedicated to us. Yeah, that was neat. But I got to do a lot of cool shit at the concert house. Like I held Rob Zombie by his waist because I was always center. Well, I wasn't always center stage, but on big metal concerts when we had to actually control the crowd and stuff, I was most of the time center stage, and he stepped over me and like put his hand on my head and then stands on the metal barrier, and I just held him so he wouldn't fall. And then he did his song, and then he jumped back, and I was like, dude, I just held Rob Zombie. He was tiny. And then I threw a football and did stuff with the lead singer of American Head Charge. What? I got to do a lot of cool stuff.
You did. This is very cool.
I hung out the Jacoby.
This is the Scott show today.
Oh. Well, I asked you a question. You didn't give me a story.
Well, if you had told me the question ahead of time, like I asked,
no,
then you would have known.
You're not supposed to. You're not Kamala Harris. You're not Joe Biden. You don't need to be loaded with the answers before you get into the freaking thing.
Then you would have known. I wouldn't have a story.
Okay. Do you have a question?
No, I don't.
Because I can do it.
You can talk forever. Yes.
I can freeball this shit.
I think everyone who knows you knows that you can talk forever. Like, we'll literally be trying to leave somewhere, and then he'll just start talking about something else again. And I'll be like, here you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Do you have any ideas or anything else you want to discuss?
No. I know we're really wanting to go to the water park.
Oh, so we're on a time limit because there's a pressure of our
children.
Offspring.
Yes. I'll just be sitting there reading on the chair while they play.
Our social leeches. Just kidding. So. Okay, I guess we'll call it then because the kids are going to want to go. But, well, thanks for getting off with Gettin'Goff. I guess till next time.
Yep. See ya.
Baby, you're my ride or die. My bonnet through the night, through the muddy southern roads, and I